Good morning, and welcome to the weekly multi-platform service of Tri-County Unitarian Universalists based in Summerfield, Florida. We acknowledge that we occupy the ancestral, traditional, and contemporary lands of the indigenous Florida peoples. I am Pat Felton, today's service leader. Hello to our members and friends, and a special welcome to those who might be visiting here for the first time. Unitarian Universalists are united not by a creed of shared beliefs, but by a covenant of shared values. We celebrate that we do not need to think alike to love alike. It is our respect and encouragement of each other's diversity of thought that truly binds us together. For the curious and for the seekers, Unitarian Universalist values and covenant may be found on your order of service and at our website, triuu.org. Our newsletter, included in the timetable, can also be found there under News and Events. We have announcements, but first, please mute your phone or place it in airplane mode. Thank you. Today, this very day, is your last chance to sign up for our New to UU class. Join the Reverend Kristina and Helene Kirschbaum for our class this Tuesday, November 4th from 10 to 12:30. We'll explore the values and beliefs of Unitarian Universalism and introduce you to our local congregation. This is a great opportunity for newcomers or for anyone seeking to deepen their understanding. To sign up for the class, please add your name to the list in the corner of the room by the bookcases or see Helene. Tri-UU is hosting a special celebration next Saturday, November 8th from noon to 2 p.m. in honor of the new rooftop solar system. It is an open house with a light lunch served. There will be remarks by Reverend Kristina, Cindy Grossman, Bruce Twiss, and Susan Elwell, Tri-UU friend and solar power expert. And next, modern folk duo Friction Farm will perform a concert here on Tuesday, November 18th at 3:30 p.m. You might remember that they presented a Sunday service in February. There are flyers to take home on the table behind AV. Also, Great Decisions will be starting on January 20th with Dr. Mark Welton moderating. The board has authorized the purchase of 15 books at a 20% discount for $30 each. A sign-up sheet is on the table at the back of the Chalice Room. Two of the topics to be discussed are Trump tariffs and the future of the world economy and U.S. and China relations. Please consider joining the class. It will be limited to 30 participants. This includes our announcements, and as we now begin the service proper, we will recite our mission statement. Please join with your voice as we recite together. We unite in religious community to seek spiritual growth, live with integrity, and serve with compassion. Our chalice keeper today is Tim McCusker. We invite those of you joining us on Zoom to light your chalice at home.
As we light our chalice, hear the words of Anne Lamott on grief. You will lose someone you cannot live without, and your heart will be badly broken. And the bad news is that you never completely get over the loss of your beloved. But this is also the good news. They live forever in your broken heart that doesn't seal back up. And you come through. It's like having a broken leg that never heals perfectly, that still hurts when the weather gets cold. But you learn to dance with the limp.
As I went down to the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sisters, let's go down, let's go down, come on down. Oh, sisters, let's go down, down to the river to pray. As I went down to the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, brothers, let's go down, let's go down, come on down. Oh, brothers, let's go down, down to the river to pray. As I went down to the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, fathers, let's go down, come on down. Oh, fathers, let's go down, down to the river to pray. As I went down to the river to pray, studying about that good old way, who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, mothers, let's go down, come on down. Oh, mothers, let's go down, down to the river to pray. As I went down to the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way.
There we go. Our opening words this morning come from Peggy Clark. Welcome to the thin space between worlds, where the veil is transparent, where the wind blows across the border, where we can feel the breath of those on the other side. The margins have become fragile, and we can see the crack in the door between the worlds. In this thin space, we glimpse the faces of those who have gone before us, hear the spirits whisper our name, feel a wisp of hair on our cheeks, catch the scent of perfume slipping softly past us. We gather in this holy place where ancient stories are made new, where we rest in mystery and abide the call of the Spirit in companionship as we walk each other between worlds. Come, let us worship together. Our opening hymn this morning is For the Beauty of the Earth. If you would please rise and lift your voices in song with me. The words will be on the screens.
Which from our birth
Our story this morning is The Memory Tree, written and illustrated by Britta Teckentrup. I think that name's German. There was once a fox who lived with all the other animals in the forest. Fox had lived a long and happy life, but now he was tired. Very slowly, Fox made his way to his favorite spot in the clearing. He looked at his beloved forest one last time and lay down. Fox closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and fell asleep forever. Everything around Fox was still and peaceful. Snow began to fall, gently covering him in a soft blanket. Owl had watched Fox from the top of his tree. He flew down and landed next to his friend. Owl was very sad. He had known Fox for a long time, but Owl knew the time had come for his friend to leave. One by one, Fox's friends came to the clearing. First squirrel and weasel, then bear, deer, and bird, and finally rabbit, mouse, and others came to sit by Fox. Fox had been loved by everyone. He had been kind and caring. No one could imagine life in the forest without him. The animals sat in silence for a very long time. Owl was the first to speak. He smiled warmly and said, "I remember when Fox and I were very young. Every autumn we raced to see who could catch more falling leaves." The other animals remembered and smiled. Mouse said softly, "I remember how much Fox loved the sunset. He always sat at this exact spot." The animals remembered. Many of them had joined Fox, watching the sun go down. It was a happy memory, and their sad hearts filled with warmth. Bear remembered how Fox had looked after her cubs one spring. Rabbit smiled when she told the story of how Fox had played tag with her in the tall grass. Squirrel talked about Fox helping him dig up buried nuts in the deep snow last winter. One by one, the animals remembered their favorite stories about Fox. Fox had touched the lives of all the animals in the forest with his warmth and kindness, and they all smiled, remembering. While the animals talked, a little orange plant grew out of the snow where Fox was lying. Small and delicate at first and hardly noticeable, the plant grew bigger, stronger, and more beautiful with each story. The animals talked about Fox all through the night, and in the morning, the little plant had grown into a small tree. The animals saw the tree and knew that Fox was still a part of them. During the next days, weeks, and months, the animals remembered many more stories about Fox. Their heavy hearts began to feel lighter. The more they remembered, the more the tree grew, higher and higher and more beautiful, until it was the tallest tree in the forest, a tree made from memories and full of love. Fox's tree was big and strong enough to shelter all the animals. It was always buzzing with life. The birds built their nests among the leaves, and Owl raised his grand chicks on the branches. Squirrel found a cozy home in the trunk, and bear, deer, and rabbit slept in its shade. The tree gave strength to everyone who had loved Fox, and so Fox lived on in their hearts forever. Now, as we move deeper into our service, let us turn inward to consider the transitions, the joys, sorrows, and concerns that we all experience in our life's journeys. Before we go further, I want to say that I struggled with the idea of scrapping the service for today and going in another direction, but it just didn't seem quite right. Two things I want to name. Our hearts go out, of course, to the Jamaican, Cuban, and Haitian people as their countries grapple with the devastation of Hurricane Melissa. And please hold in your hearts the families of our members who are Jamaicans who have suffered some consequences of their own from the hurricane. And the other is that the cancellation of SNAP benefits, which is going to devastate our communities. There are 3 bowls of stones of different colors representing the gratitude of joy, the grief of sorrow, and whatever feeling you're having related to your concerns. After those present have placed stones in the water, our ushers will place stones from each of the bowls into the water on behalf of those who are not present with us in the building and those who have chosen not to or who are unable to come forward. Those online are invited to type into the chat what is on your heart. When all the stones have been mingled in the water, we will take a moment for silent meditation or prayer. You may now come forward.
Short one.
Full house today.
Yay. Let us take a moment to reflect on our own joys, concerns, and sorrows, and those of others in this beloved community. After the moment ends, we will hear the sound of chimes to bring us back into this space, and we will sing our response this month, Spirit of Life. You may remain seated, and the words will be on the screens.
We will now receive our offering. If you're visiting for the first time, please do not feel obligated to give. You are our guest, and we are happy to have you with us here today. This is the time in our service when those who wish to make some monetary contribution to our congregation's vision and mission give to support this community and its outreach. If you're putting cash in the basket that you want credited to your pledge, please put the cash in a brown envelope with your name on the front. Envelopes are available on the table at the back of the sanctuary. I invite the ushers to come forward.
Andrea Gibson was a brilliant poet and spoken word artist and activist who passed away in July of this year. There were many greats that we have lost, including Jane Goodall, Joanna Macy, and Walter Brueggemann, and I count Andrea Gibson among them. This month, the theme that we're exploring is nurturing gratitude, and Andrea Gibson did this so beautifully. This is their love letter from the afterlife. My love, I was so wrong. Dying is the opposite of leaving. When I left my body, I did not go away. That portal of light was not a portal to elsewhere, but a portal to here. I am more here than I have ever been before. I am more with you than I could ever have imagined. So close you look past me when wondering where I am. It's okay. I know that to be human is to be far-sighted. But feel me now, walking the chambers of your heart, pressing my palms on the soft walls of your living. Why did no one tell us that to die is to be reincarnated in those we love while they are still alive? Ask me the altitude of heaven, and I will answer, how tall are you? In my back pocket is a love note with every word you wish you'd said. At night, I sit ecstatic at the loom, weaving forgiveness into our worldly regrets. All day, I listen to the radio of your memories. Yes, I know every secret you thought too dark to tell me, and love you more for everything you feared might make me love you less. When you cry, I guide your tears toward the garden of kisses I once planted on your cheek, so that you know that they are all perennials. Forgive me for not being able to weep with you. One day you will understand. One day you will know why I read the poetry of your grief to those waiting to be born, and they are all the more excited. There is nothing I want for now that we are so close. I open the curtain of your eyelids with my own smile every morning. I wish you could see the beauty your spirit is right now making of your pain, your deep-seated fears playing musical chairs, laughing about how real they are not. My love, I want to sing it through the rafters of your bones. Dying is the opposite of leaving. I want to echo it through the corridor of your temples. I am more with you now than I was ever before. Do you understand? It was me who beckoned the stranger who caught you in her arms when you forgot not to order 2 for 2 at the coffee shop. It was me who was up all night gathering sunflowers into your chest the last day you feared you would never again wake up feeling lighthearted. I know it's hard to believe, but I promise it's the truth. I promise one day you will see it too. I can't believe I ever thought I could lose you. Volkswagens, especially manual transmissions, Snapdragons, the way that my hair smells, the word tremendous, which is wildly underused, a passion for how we make justice happen in the world, Scotland, how things work, unexpected tendernesses, repeated and frustrating attempts at connection driven by love but spoken often in complaints. Canoeing, caring for the creatures and plants of the world, these are some of the many things that I learned to love or appreciate from my grandparents. Like many people, my relationships with my grandparents and others varied a bit. I had my favorites, although now I am more clearly able to appreciate how each supported and formed me, and how much I learned from each of them. It certainly wasn't all rainbows and unicorns, but there is a lot to be thankful for them, from them. And as I move through the world, I find connections at times to them that make them not only seem present in my mind, but in my life. When I can smell the fragrance of my hair, I remember how my grandmother would always take a deep inhale at the first hug on arrival and tell me how good my hair smelled and how good it was to see me. She had a way of making sure to look me in the face and hold my upper arms as she said this. My grandfather on the other side was a statistician and engineer who learned enough French to pass proficiency tests by running statistical analyses of the most common nouns and verbs and learning them just enough this way so that he could continue his education. He would sit with a grin on his face, arms crossed, and marvel at my language and translation studies. It was just such a different world than the one that he knew and experienced, and I knew he would be just as proud and fascinated by the work that I do now, which would be equally mysterious to his mind. I know plenty well from my own experiences and those of the many others who have shared with me that families are complicated and not everyone has good memories of their people. But I do trust that there are people in everyone's lives who have held and loved them, figuratively or literally, into who they are, who taught them how to care or to wonder at the world. If you are on a healing journey from your family history or not, I invite you to hold in your hearts and minds those whose lives and loves have strengthened you. American culture writ large is generally not great about acknowledging and dealing with death and dying. From a young age, I, though, had a clear sense of what it meant to die that didn't resolve until I was in my late 20s. This came only after a near-death experience of sorts, and I was aware, immediately following the event, of a deep sense of peacefulness. A couple of years later, an uncle of mine died, and I learned about hospice. Between those events, I became rather passionate about death and the dying process, which was one of the earliest forays I had into something that looked like ministry. Death, I learned, is a sacred life passage and should be treated with gentleness and devotion. One of my fears of dying that I associated with dying was the fear of being forgotten. This came in large part out of both familial and general culture, but has healed some as I have learned over the years to tell stories, to carry them with me, and to name the role of my ancestors in my continuing work in the world. Remembering an awareness that I am part of a great web of care that extends through time keeps me grounded and assured that I am not alone. And as fiction writer Elizabeth Hunter has said, we are all immortal as long as our stories are told. Naming the role of our ancestors that they have played in our lives and in our history in general is a practice I first experienced in groups working towards social justice, in particular racial justice. At first, I didn't really understand the value in it, but as time has gone on, I have learned. It speaks to me as a practice that helps keep me connected, a practice that has been even more helpful in these difficult times, trademark. Joan Pulse, OSF, has written, I have never forgotten a lesson a Buddhist once voiced. When you walk, be aware of those who have walked alongside you, behind you, before you, of those whose efforts you now stand. We are surrounded, says the writer of Hebrews, by a cloud of witnesses. a cloud of witnesses, those who have loved me into being, who have supported me, celebrated me, carried me, ancestors, and those to whom I may be an ancestor alike, make this cloud, and they are all with me as I move through this world. Family, kinship, community, these bonds of love are unbroken. And occasionally I know how their memories and their dreams are very much alive in me. As a student of history, it also helps remind me that the work I do is not only mine to do, nor am I moving into it or starting a movement, that this isn't the riverhead, it's well down the flow. Many people before me have committed to the work I engage in now and have brought us to this place where I can try to help move us forward. And when times are difficult, as they are now, acknowledging the lives and work of our ancestors helps remind me that though there is work that is mine to do, it is not mine to do alone. This is work we must continue to do for the generations yet to come. Others have lived through hard times, and I look to channel that wisdom, strength, and resilience in my own life when it's needed. The web of connection holding me, holding you, holding us is all far wider than we may know. And this is why we take time to remember. I have said before that we human beings are meaning-seeking, meaning-making, storytelling people. As such, we use rituals and remembrances as ways to retell the stories that matter, that keep us strong and remind us of what's really important. The truth is, I need my grandparents now as much as I ever did. In honoring them, I connect my life with theirs. In remembering them, I honor their legacies, their work, and their lives. It brings my cloud of witnesses closer to me. Those we have been in relationship with, they are our witnesses. Their witness is to their continued love for us and our continued love for them. And this is as it should be. Their wisdom and humor, and especially their love, live in me as your beloveds live in you. This helps us remember who we are and who we most want to be. It reminds me that I am not alone. We are held in a love beyond belief. Their love helps orient us in the world to the direction we're moving in at whatever speed. Remembering them keeps their memories and their stories, and our memories and our stories alive. Our memories and stories give us our roots, helping us keep anchored to what is most valuable to us. Remembering those who have died helps us know in our bones that we too are fragile, that we too depend on others, and that we need each other. When we forget how the cycle of life begins and ends, we can easily be led astray from what is meaningful to us in this life. Retired Episcopal Bishop and Choctaw Nation Elder Stephen Charlson has written, "Long ago, my people practiced communal burial. We thought it would be a lonely thing to bury a person alone, and so we gathered the bones of our loved ones and buried them together. In this way, the bonds of love were unbroken. A person was never outside the bonds of community. We were born in community, lived in community, and not even death could remove us from our community. Family was the strength of the people, the sacred way of life. Kinship continued forever. This time of year, I always remember that those we love are never lost to us. They are here now, living their lives in a new way. The bonds of love are unbroken." When we practice remembering, honoring the grief and the gratitude we have, the bonds of love remain unbroken and indeed are full of life. From this, may we draw strength to carry us through our days. I'd like you to take a moment and call to mind the loved ones that you have lost. There are candles up here for you to come up and light to remember that you are not alone, that they are with us still. Please only light one candle to make sure that we have enough for everyone who would like to participate, and feel free to come up when you are ready. I will also light a few of these for the members of the congregation that we have lost this year: Bill, Rich, Jerry, Robert, and Karen, and one for Jamaica, Cuba, and Haiti as they struggle following the hurricane, and for the United States. I did also light some extras for our folks who are on Zoom. I know some of you have experienced, at least some of you have experienced some loss this year. A prayer from Christine Robinson. Spirit of life, whom we know best through the acts of our own loving and being loved, hold us as we remember those we have loved and those who have loved us. May our gratitude sparkle in our lives. May our tears lubricate our souls. Help us to know that we are not alone in our grieving, and help us also to come to that peaceful place in which we can take what we have learned from those who have gone before us into our own lives. Remind us that we too are mortal, and that the only enduring legacy we leave is the love that shines through our lives. Amen. If you would please rise and lift your voice in song with me for our closing hymn, Just as Long as I Have Breath.
Still with hope I meet each day. If they ask what I did well, tell them I said yes to life. Just as long as visions last, I must answer yes to truth. In my dream and in my dark, always that elusive song. If they ask what I did well, tell them I said yes to truth. Just as long as my heart beats, I must answer yes to love. Disappointment pierced me through, still I kept on loving you. If they ask what I did best, tell them I said yes to love.
Tim McCusker will now read our chalice extinguishing message.
As we extinguish our chalice, hear the words of Albert Schweitzer. At times, our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person. Each of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lit the flame within us.
I invite anyone who has just begun to visit with us and who wishes to do so to introduce themselves. Please raise your hand and an usher will bring a microphone to you. Please keep the microphone close to your mouth so we can hear you better. If you would like to receive regular communications on upcoming Tri-UU events, please take and fill out a guest card which will be available at the door after the service. This Tuesday, there will be a class for those wanting to know more about Tri-UU. Please sign up at the table in the back of the room. If you can't or don't want to wait until then to ask your questions, please see Andrea at the table at the rear after the service. We are interested to hear how you experienced this hybrid worship service and or what you took away from the sermon. Please keep comments brief and on topic. No announcements, please. For those who are virtual via Zoom, raise your hand to speak or type your comment in the chat box. For those here in the gathering place, please raise your hand. If there is time, I will call on you to indicate that an usher will bring you a microphone. Please share your name and keep the microphone close to your mouth so we can hear you better. If you wish to be seen on the monitors and by those attending on Zoom, Please stand directly in front of the pulpit.
Joan.
Yes, I'm Joan. Hello? Okay. I know grief has many definitions, and I recently saw one that was a little different, and I just want to share it with everyone. It goes like this. Grief is proof that something beautiful happened.
Thank you. This is such a moving service. And of course, there are people that I know that are represented in many of these lit candles. Also, the people of Gaza, 65,000 people dead in just a couple of years, I remember. So my little candle stands for quite a few people, I think. But one of the things that came to me today is how fortunate we are if we pay attention to the universe, right? And a lot of the people that I really resonate with are people I've read about in books. So Andrea Gibson, I've only recently come to know her work, and you read, the beautiful passage. Certainly Joanna Mason, many of us in this congregation know, and Jane Goodall. I was quite moved to read the obituaries recently. But this morning, I'm reading a book, as I often do, and I come across this guy, Walter Brueggemann. And it was so funny because I had never heard of him, but he wrote this book called Sabbath as Resistance, something about dealing with a culture that always wants the now. And I'm thinking, I have to read this book, okay? And so I ordered the book this morning, even though I promised myself that I have too many books to read in my lifetime, okay? I'm actually dealing with this right now, that I'm looking at all these books that I can never finish in my one lifetime. But it seems that there's a reason that I need to read this book, and you mentioned him, as you said today, and it's going to be great. I can't wait to get the book. So thank you. But I think it's important to remember the people we don't know like that, and to let them enrich our lives, because writing a book is a way to be immortal. So thank you.
Go ahead.
Mike?
Oh, no.
Joan. Carol.
You get it.
Carol Ford. I'm Carol Ford. This was so appropriate. Armistice Day is coming up, and all those lovely young children of ours who have died in wars, and all those humans lost. Grief is never, it's a rolling river. Just thank you so much.
Helene?
Go ahead. Go ahead with this. And Helene, I think, also has to
Okay.
be on.
Hi, I'm Lou Angora. I'm not sure what made the Reverend vacillate about selecting the topic today, but I'm glad you stuck with what you did, because I think it touched everybody here.
Helene or Zoom?
There's two. One, Joyce Axelson said, "What a thoughtful, inspiring, moving service, sermon, readings, etc. Thank you to all who work together to provide this service, and good work, Aaron, and the team that works together to provide Zoom. I'm led to share the deepest loss I experienced this past year was the loss of our dear Sophie, our pooch, whom we loved, and she loved us for years. As my vet said to me the day Sophie passed, you know it was going to hurt you. You didn't know how much. Thank you for listening." And then also Roger had something he wanted to share.
Hello? Hello there? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Roger.
Well, I want to say thank you, Christina, for not forgetting the people of the Caribbean who suffered. And sometime I'd like to hear what you have to say about whether God is behind such natural events. But that's something for the future. But thank you for remembering them. I would like to commend you for putting those candles out, because having light, we pass it on to others. Actually, that's the motto of Wittenberg College, Wittenberg University, where I did my undergraduate work. In Greek, it's akaluthemen alalois. We have light and we pass it on to others, and you certainly did that today. So thank you for what you did, and I'm struggling with the whole idea of what interconnected means, and look forward to chatting with you sometime and chatting with other people in the congregation on what it means to be interconnected with each other and the light that we have to share. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Roger.
Hello? Hello? I don't think it's working. I'll just try to project. I'm Diane, and I've been going through all my photos. And because I was just going to look at them one more time and then just throw them out. I just turned 80, and I'm thinking, just get rid of stuff. Well, I had my first cousins over, and we all did that together. It was a wonderful experience. And I found some letters that I had totally forgotten about that were wonderful. My mother, I thought we were at odds because I decided not to be a missionary. But this letter said she praised my my ability to go out and do things and set goals and start a business, and I had forgotten that. So it was very healing, and you might find a letter or a photo that will remind you of that. And I just thought, a lot of people in this church are living into their late 80s or 90s, so I just threw away about half of them and kept the ones that were really meaningful. And it was a great way to spend a couple of days.
Thank you. Yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm Corrine, my wife, Sonia. We would like to thank you all for your prayers, your concerns, your thoughts, and everything good that comes from this family. We are from Jamaica, and as you all have known, there was a devastating hurricane. Yeah, housing got smashed, but thanks be to God, the lives were saved. No lives in the family were lost. We lost friends, but no family members. And we are saying thank you again from the depth of our hearts for all your concerns, all your prayers, all your thoughts. We do appreciate you. And thank you for being here with us.
Everybody's come to life. Yvette and then Michael.
You were talking about your grandmother and how tenderly she seemed to be towards you, and also your grandfather. And it occurred to me that I'm grateful for your grandparents, because I realized that you are a product of their treatment of you, and that has brought you to who you are today, and it has brought you to us. Thank you.
Thank you. And Carol, last one, Michael.
Good morning. I'm Michael, and I lost my parents when I was a much younger man, well over, 30 years ago. But one of the things that I really appreciated about my parents is that I'll be driving somewhere or I'll be walking somewhere, or I'll be simply being, and I'll model a mannerism that came from my dad, or I'll say something that reminded me of my mother. But one of the things that I really appreciated is that with the fact that we had, our good times and bad times, but the thing that I appreciated the most is that they made me a more loving human being.
Thank you. Thank you all. Our closing words come from Barbara Peskin. She writes, "Because of those who came before, we are. In spite of their failings, we believe. Because of and in spite of the horizons of their vision, we too dream. Let us go remembering to praise, to live in the moment, to love mightily, and to bow to the mystery."
Till 11. The Reverend Kristina will also be in her office until 11:20-ish. Excuse me, 10:20-ish, and is available to talk. Come and say hi. If you want a bit more to eat and more time to visit, there is a sign-up sheet on the table near the bookshelves to coordinate with others who would like to go out for brunch. The Zoom room will stay open for 20 minutes.
Pat, would you please announce that the forum is not this coming week, it's on the 13th of November?
Okay.
It's listed on here as being this coming, but it's not till the 13th.
Okay, did you all hear that? The announcement in your bulletin is incorrect. The forum is not this Thursday, but the next following Thursday, the 13th. So, thank you, and enjoy our beautiful table. I see it back there. It's lovely.